Hey guys, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you on YouTube Live. Happy Monday. Man, looky here. We got all kinds of. Who wants to? Jose Sanchez, what do you mean? Are there any electricians in here? This is a plumbing show. But yeah, we do get some in here, brother. So good to see you in here. I am trying to figure out where I'm at. We got a ton of people in here. And as y'all know, we are talking about a giveaway again tonight, which is great because cool thing about it is Leaktronics gave us some cool stuff to give away, and that's fantastic. So I'm going to scroll through here real quick. Chris, how are you? Aaron, Francisco Frank, how we doing? Jose Sanchez is in the house. Garrett Potts just had to cut off some old rusted, crusted tank-to-bowl screws. Man, I tell you what, those rusted bolts are a pain. So, brother, I get where you're coming from. It's man, it's tons of fun. How's the weather in your part? Well, I tell you what, it does not suck in Texas right now. Try to see where I'm at. Probably start at the bottom roll up. Stan, how are you, sir? Good to see you. Jose Sanchez, man, there's always some electricians in here. Just most times they won't admit it. Garrett Potts says it's raining in Atlanta. It's sunny in Texas. Yes, it is. Man, I was up in two attics today when it was about 85, 88 degrees, and I'm telling you, it was a hot son of a biscuit up in there. My sweat was dripping, and it just kind of is like dropping in a hot skillet. It's crazy. Emmanuel McDermott, how are you? Lonnie Little, good to see you in here. Garrett Potts, I imagine crawl space in Arizona. No thanks. Man, yeah. Unless y'all don't have crawl spaces, then it's nice. Yes. Caleb Kennedy in the house. Here we go. Man, we're getting ready. I tell you what, look, I love what I'm doing. I love the opportunities that I've been giving, but it's because of all people like you. Great to have you in here. We have construction cronies in the house. Chris, how you doing, brother? I hope everything's going well. Guys, if y'all hadn't subscribed to Construction Cronies, Paul Peck Drywall Tube, Neil the Urban Explorer, to each other, see what each other's doing. We're all talking plumbing, or most of us are. So anyway, man, great seeing everybody in here so far. Jose Sanchez says it only gets hot for at least 4 months out of the year, and the rest is pretty nice. Man, here in Texas, it's nice all the time. All the time. It may be nice and hot, or it may be nice and cold, or it may just be nice, but it's nice all the time. A lot of flooding out in Illinois by you. Fun day replacing pumps. And you know what's funny? And that's what's cool. That's what's different about plumbing across the United States, because we all do different things. We specialize in slab leaks and leak detection. You're specializing in pumps. And very seldom do I get a call about sump pumps. I do every now and then. It's not very often, but man, we get them every now and then. Jeremy Robinson says it right there, plumbing. Christopher Wallace says, what's the hourly pay for building trade journeyman plumbers in Texas? Chris, up here in the Dallas area, scale right now is about $33 an hour, with about another 13, 14 in Benny's. So, it's not bad. It's about $47 an hour. Big Bear Plumbing, how are we doing today? Manuel, don't get all that, but man, I'm right here with you. Jose Sanchez says I was being sarcastic. Brother, you're good. Look, we have fun in here. We all hate electricians, but we love making fun of them. And not really. And it's funny because I make videos about electricians. I make videos about HVAC techs. And people ask me a lot. They're like, man, do you like really hate those guys? It's like, no. And then I say, well, maybe. But the thing is, no, we don't. Look, electricians are great people. They've got a job to do just like we do. And it's fun because I love the fact that we can jump in there and, work together. And look, man, we talk trash forever. But, man, at the end of the day, we're all in the trades. We all do things together. And I truthfully think that we all kind of support each other a lot. So it really is. It's a good thing. And, it works. Amy Swanson, how are you? About how many apprentices get accepted into the union each class? Your number 56 is that bad. Amy, it really, it's going to depend on where you're at. It's going to depend on how many they need to bring in. And I say that because I've seen times here in Dallas where they needed apprentices so bad they actually brought in 2 classes and split them up. So pretty cool. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I was in a hot attic for a couple hours today, and I mean sweating my fittings off, and man, it was crazy. Amy, I'm not going to tell you that's bad. Here's the deal. Have you gone through interviews yet? Have they done interviews? And when they say you're number 56, does that mean that, that there's 55 ahead of you that have gone through the interview process and have everything done? Because you're going to have people that don't turn things in. They don't have their high school diploma. They don't have a driver's license, can't find their social security card. There's a lot of people that are going to really cull themselves out. So, if you're at number 56, I would say that's not a bad thing. Do what you're doing. Jump in here, learn plumbing. Watch my videos. That way when you go in and you talk to people through the interview process and you're like, hey, look, because they're going to ask you, why do you want to join the union? And a big deal that I tell people is, look, number one, have good answers. Why do you want to join? I want to take care of my family. I want a future that I can be proud of. Come up, and not come up, but I mean, think about what the really good benefits are, the good answers, and come up with your best 3. And that way you've got something to, talk to them about. Chris, good to see you. And guys, here's what's good about watching somebody like Construction Cronies. Chris is building a new studio right now, and it's cool to watch him do it. Man, the son of a biscuit's got so much more room than I do. And he can teach you a lot of things about metal studs and framing and just things that, we don't always think about, but it's things that, man, it's beneficial to know. It's what I love about watching Paul Peck. Man, teaches us about sheetrock and patching and this and this. So there's a lot of good things in there. Barney Films 85 says, hit the like button. That's what we're here for, right? If we like it, we say, hey, look, we like it. If we don't, man, tell me why. And I tell people that all the time, and it's really funny. I don't mind if you don't like my videos. I don't mind if you don't like what I'm doing, but tell me why. Don't just tell me, hey, I don't like that. Tell me, Roger, here's why. Here's what you can do to improve. And that's part of what we're going to talk about tonight is, look, what do y'all want to see? What is it that y'all want to see? What is it that I can do better? What is it that me and my team can do better? And I just saw Grayson in here. Absolutely. Good to have you in here, brother. Grayson is probably the best editor in the world, in case y'all don't know that. Great having him involved. He really does a lot to make me look good. So that's a great thing. Nick Sanchez says, do you think it would be better to start a plumbing apprentice through new construction or service, commercial or residential? Nick, man, if you have not jumped over to my YouTube channel and seen like the plumbing school that I do, I teach you things like that and ask you questions. I can tell you what I think is better for me, but I've got questions in there that will help you determine what's better for you. Chris Wallace says, yeah, 56 isn't bad. Is getting into plumbing take brains? Well, I tell you what, look at me. Do I look like the smartest guy in the room? The thing is, not any more than it takes to do anything else. The good thing is you're going to learn plumbing. And I have people that tell me all the time that they say, look, I can't get in here because I don't know math, or I'm not good at this, or I'm not good at that. It's like, look, none of us were really good at that when we got into this. But over the years, we've learned it. And I've learned to do things. I mean, I can probably rebuild a toilet blindfolded with 2 hands tied behind my back. And no, we're not going to video that. But, the thing is, I've done it so long, look, it just comes natural now. And people say, well, I don't know how to do that. Okay, I didn't know how to tie my shoes when I started. You didn't either. But now, hopefully, we both know how to tie our shoes, or at least you do. I'm still working on it, but I'm getting there. But the thing is, guys, look, this is a trade. This is a career. It's something you learn. Nobody knew how to do anything before they learned it. And the thing is, if this is something you want to do, you can learn it, and you can grow, and you can do good. So So we're going to talk a little bit tonight about, look, what do y'all want to see in videos? What are you looking for? And man, what can we do for you? So Urban Explorer says, my good friend, how are you? Man, I'm doing great. Neil, how are you? I was just talking about you a while ago, that if people hadn't subscribed like you, Chris, Paul, man, some great people doing some great things. So love to see y'all jump over there and check them out too. Garrett Potts says, take some smarts, got to use your learnings for sure. And guys, there are things you've got to know. And, y'all know I'm putting together a plumbing course. Will uploaded a video today, or was working on it. And he's like, Roger, look, we're getting better at this. Our training videos are getting better. And guys, it's just like anything else. If you learn how to do it, or if you want to learn bad enough, you can. You can learn how to do anything. You learned how to walk. You learned how to tie your shoes. You learned how to ride a bicycle. You learned how to do the things you want to do. Make this something that you want to do. It's really a big deal. Garrett Potts says lots of creativity. And Garrett, man, I'm glad you put it that way, because that's a great way to look at it. And whenever I used to teach continuing education here in Texas for plumbers, I'd literally, I have a room with, 43 people in it. And I'd look at the room and say, guys, look, plumbing is very forgiving. And they're all like, oh, no, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be this, it's got to be that. Correct. But think about it. We could all, and here's what I tell them, we could all 43 plumb this building, and I bet we do it 43 different ways. It'll all still be right. It'll all still pass code. It'll all still get a green tag. So it is very forgiving. But, it's neat because you got to be creative. Chris, and like I said, I don't think you've got to be really smart. I do think that you've got to decide, hey, look, I want to learn. I want to get good. I want to get better. I want to be the best, or I want to be good. And you get in, you're like, look, what's it going to take for me to get to that level? How am I going to work at it? How am I going to get good at it? And things like that. And I'm telling you, I think that's the biggest part. You can learn to do anything. You can learn to solder. You can learn to use the tools. You can, learn to do the math. Anything at all you can learn to do. So to me, it really is a big deal. Grayson says it's good too. If you got a buddy, invite them to join the discussion. Now, we're trying to get plumbers in here. As you know, we are giving away a Leaktronics leak detection kit. And this is their plumbing kit. It's about a $3,000 value. And I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite kits. And I don't know if it came in today or not, but I told y'all last week that we are working on a new product with Leaktronics. I don't know if Will's still in here or not. Let me run out here and see if Will's here real quick. I'll be right back. Hey, Will. Okay, that's cool. I want him to put the link to the giveaway in there. Okay, cool. You want to leave this on? Yeah, for now. Okay, sorry about that. Here's what I did, and I just stepped out because I want Will to put the link in here. And hey, Grayson, it doesn't have to be right now. Will's going to put the link in here. We're working on the giveaway for this, and it's through Gleamo, and there's some really cool things that we're doing. But, we're giving away a $3,000 leak detection equipment. And it's one of the electronic sets that I use, and I'm telling you, this is one of my favorites. Actually, it is my favorite. And with what I've been talking to Darren about and working with Darren on, we're coming up with a new tool. And I'm telling you, man, that this is after years of doing leak detection and studying the equipment and trying different brands and looking at things. And guys, I'll tell you, it's just like toilets. There's 100 brands out there, but they're not all good. I hate to tell you, but leak detection equipment's the same way. There's some out there that's really good. There's some out there that's horrible. So anyway, we're working on some cool things. Salsa and Cracker says, do they have rules against reusing fittings in Texas? And I'm thinking, what fittings are you talking about? And why would you want to reuse them? And it's just my thought. Christopher Wallace says, well said. I appreciate that. Man, my thing just jumped far. Let me back up a page, maybe. Boy, it did jump. Chris says, loving the videos you're putting out. Man, Chris, I appreciate that, brother. Look, we love what we do. And Chris, I can tell from watching you. I can tell from watching Neil. I can tell from watching Paul. God, this is fun what we do. We get to help people. We get to help introduce people to the trades, to construction, to different sides of it, or to a van life and the things you've got to do to work on it to keep it going. And there's a lot of cool things going on, and I love it because we get to do what we're having fun at. So Saltine Cracker, leave me a note down there and tell me, what fitting is it you're talking about reusing? Because I'm not sure why. As you can see, and I see it now, we'll drop the link in there. That is to the Gleam IO. That is for the giveaway to a $3,000 great set. It's the plumber's kit. One thing that I think you do in there is go over and check out Leaktronics on YouTube. Man, subscribe to the channel while you're there. Ring the bell. That way you can see when Darren puts out new videos. Because I'm telling you, this product is phenomenal. And with what he's coming up with next, and hopefully I get a couple of those to give away, because I'm telling you, this thing is amazing. But go over to the Leaktronics website, check out the link to the plumber's kit, and that's what I'm giving away. So it's pretty cool. So Stan says, just started a school mechanical refit. Tons of fun. Best way to get it done is to work well with each other, no doubt. It's best when trades all collaborate and share info. And man, that's a great way to put it, because I've been on jobs where, quality control gets together and that they walk the job with different blueprints and, man, even BIM, and looking at how things are done, where they're piped, what's happening. So it really is pretty cool. Grayson, thank you so much, brother. I love it. Lonnie Little would like to see how you come up with, damn, this thing jumped on me. There it goes. Plumbing pricing. And man, there's some good formulas for it. You gotta know what your costs are, and it really starts right there. But yes, Saltine Cracker says if you're mechanically inclined, you'll do okay on plumbing, and that is, you're right. And that's a great way to put it, because so many people don't. They think, look, I don't know plumbing. Okay, none of us did. There's not a plumber that was just born into this earth that knew how to do plumbing. So it's kind of crazy. Construction's cronies, that's laughs. Totally understand that's the trades. May look intimidating. It was scary to me when you first got in. Man, it's true. And you get in, and that's man, that's so true. And I never really thought of it that way. But, you get in, and you're working around a bunch of crusty old guys that they're a pain. They know everything in the world. Man, that's a great way to do it. Freddie Diaz says, what do I have to do to win a leak detection kit? Find Will Rosebrock's post in here. He posted a link in here to it, and that will get you over there. Jet Sweat has a kit with a flex tether or a ball of white bread. I tell you what, I love my Jet Sweat kit. It's fantastic. Actually, one of my plumbers told me today that he just ordered one, and I'm like, yeah, I understand why. Jose says, Chris, you're welcome, brother. Look, man, we all want to help people that want to get into the trades. It's nothing to be afraid of. Meaning if you're not sure about the math, or, hey, I don't know how smart you got to be. Look, we're plumbers. Most of us are high school graduates. Not everybody is. I know plumbers in Texas that got their GED. You do have to have a high school diploma in Texas to get your plumbing license, or at least your journeyman, maybe not your tradesman anymore. But the thing is, look, you don't have to be the smartest guy in the world to be a plumber. You've got to be willing to work hard, be willing to learn, and you'll do really good. Jose Sanchez says, how do you feel about plumbers starting their own plumbing business but hasn't got their plumbing license but still get customers? Jose, where are you located? If you're located in Texas, I don't like it because the law says, look, you need a plumbing license. I run into repairs done by non-plumbers all the time, and most of them aren't good at it. There's a lot of people that do different things that I tell you what, I've literally seen guys stand at Home Depot without a license and try and figure out how to put stuff together, and because they've sold a job to somebody and now they don't know what to do. So it's kind of crazy. Saltine Cracker says, what's the link to this video? To which video? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but tell me which video. I'm doing great. The channel's flying at the men. 9 months into the new venture. Now you're able to apply for YouTube partner. Stick to brand, grow, and give people what they want. And that's it. Look, you can watch Neil. You can watch me. You can watch Chris. You can watch Paul. There are so many people. Look at what Will and Grayson do for my channel. Look at the things that we do. We're a little bit different, but we're trying to do things better than any plumbing channel out there. We want to make the best videos. We want to give the best information. We want to teach people the right way to do things. And that really is a big deal to us. So that's why we do what we do. Good for you, Neil. I appreciate it. Cruz says, Roger, the best plumber out there. I love it, man. How do you invite on YouTube? Don't know what you mean by invite. If you're trying to get subscribers, man, the way to do it is make great videos, make great content. People will check your stuff out. The algorithm will start showing your stuff to other people, and it'll literally help you grow. Jose Sanchez, it's illegal in most states unless you have a licensed plumber working for you. Absolutely. Yeah, Neil's channel is doing great. That's fantastic. Well, I appreciate the link in there. I'm actually going to repost it. Julie, will you do me a favor? Refill my water right here. Thank you so much. I am trying to, there we go. Boom. There's the link right up there, or it's supposed to be. Yes, there it is. Y'all can click on that. Thank you, Will, for putting that up there. One more is it hard to learn plumbing? Man, it's not. Was it hard to learn to ride a bike? Was it hard to learn to tie your shoes? Was it hard to learn, the simple things that we do all the time? Chris, man, it's not. I hate to say it. It can literally start out as, and don't get me wrong, it may be overwhelming in the beginning. It's like, oh my gosh, I've got to remember this drains downhill, this runs uphill, this does that. And man, it is what it is. But man, once you get where you're doing it over and over and over again, it becomes second nature. I see we have the wonderful Christina Smallhorn in the house. And that's another one that if you want to learn how to do YouTube, man, she's another great one to watch. Love talking to Christina. She is doing some great things out there and very well connected in the YouTube community. People like Neil, Paul Peck, me, man, great. Purple shirt blends in the background, kind of gives you a floating head look. Well, man, it shouldn't. Gotta fix that. Don't get me wrong. This is a beautiful head to be floating, but damn, Sam. Ezekiel Galvin, just waiting for this coronavirus to be over so you can start plumbing and get your 9NE. Not sure what that is, brother, but man, let us know. Watching people like Roger Wakefield, watching how people do things, a big part of what I'm about. Help, listen, and learn. And that is so cool because it's a great way to do it. It is literally, and I do the same thing. I watch Neil. I watch Christina. I've talked to Christina. Christina, how do you do this? Very good people, and here's the cool thing, y'all. We're all small. We're not super large, crazy YouTube channels, but we are, man, we're doing good. And what I mean by that is, look, each one of us we're doing things right. We're learning the right way, and that's the right way to do YouTube. So, absolutely, Christina, great seeing you in here. Construction cronies even say, see, everybody knows Christina. Bargain Dog. Hey, Roger, thank you for keeping the content going. The expert plumber. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay. Sam Ham says, my New York City plumbing code school's finishing the spring semester with Zoom classes. Just feels a weird way to graduate and go into applying for your journeyman card. Sam, I agree with you, but I will tell you this. You know, my granddaughter graduates Friday from high school. And how's that feel? It's like, you know, you've been home for what, 2-3 months now? You sit in front of a computer and they say, okay, congratulations, you're done. Man, that's got to be tough. I just thought about it. I don't know if I turned my phone off, so I want to go ahead and do that real quick. So, you know, I understand that it's not, you know, the traditional thing. And I mean, I completely get it. But the deal is, it does feel weird. But you know what? The world feels weird right now. Just be glad that you got through it, that you did it, that you did the things you needed to do, and that's fantastic. I've not seen you for a good 30 minutes. I love it. BIM is incredible. Okay, man, you got me right there. Construction Cronies is talking about BIM, and I got to tell you, I've got a guy, if you're not connected with Chris, connect with him on LinkedIn. His name is John Trammell. He's out of the Dallas area. He's BIM coordinator and senior CAD guy for one of the largest mechanical contractors in Dallas. Love the guy. I mean, helped him move up in the trades, helped him learn, helped him get in the right places and the right positions. And this guy is phenomenal. Christina, 40 minutes of footage, it'll wear you out. I get it. Ian Growcut says, how do I get into the union or training program after school? Brother, check out some of my videos. I've got some about how to get in the union, how to find the union nearest you, and things like that. But also go to my mini course. Go check it out. And guys, look, it's a free mini course. But go check it out because I help you figure out, look, when I started plumbing, I just became a plumber. I had no idea there's commercial and residential. There's service. There's new construction. There's union. There's non-union. So many things that I had no idea at all about. And I got to tell you, that's why I put that video out first. It helps people know where they might want to get started. And the reason being is I didn't want to put people in a position where you get out and go to work for a residential service company. First time you walk in, see a toilet full of poop, you're like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So different ways to look at it, but look at it and figure out what's going to be best for you, and it'll help you out. Roger, is the Glee site legit giveaway? Absolutely. Christopher, we checked into that, and you can ask Christina and Neil and Paul and all these people about, there's a lady who's got a company called Six Sisters Stuff. They're phenomenal. This is how she does giveaways. And I mean, she is one of the coolest people I've ever met. Loved hearing her speak. She's either in California or Utah now. She apparently used to live in Dallas because I ran into her at an event. And when I met her, I had on my Texas Grain Plumbing shirt. And she looked down and she said, oh my God, I used to live in Texas. I said, really? She said, where at? She said, Garland. I'm like, no way, that's where I'm from. So it was really pretty cool. Yes, legit giveaway. It's got different things you can do to earn points. The more points you get, the more chances you have in the drawing. And man, when you're giving away a $3,000 toy like this, and I call it a toy because I love playing with mine. But it's straight up legit, man. Give you my word. Christina says, I wonder, first of all, how many plumbers have you worked with? And I got to tell you, I've probably worked with I'm going to say 10. And I know that's not a lot. And some of them I haven't worked with in the field plumbing. Some of them, one of them is the director of the training program for Local 100 in Dallas. One of them is a former chief plumbing inspector, City of Dallas. One of them is the executive director of the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners. So, Christina, what I'll tell you right there is that's 3 of the highest ranking women in the state of Texas in plumbing. So there may not be a lot of them, but the women that get into it and do it well, man, they learn, they move up, that they learn to use, but they learn to use knowledge to advance. And I tell you what, I think the world of all 3 of them. There's another one out of Corsicana who is behind hashtag 71K Plum Strong. She's also, I believe, a mechanical engineer. She also teaches plumbers continuing education. So like I said, the women that I know in plumbing are phenomenal. And yes, I've known some regular plumbers. I've known some that moved up to be in safety, to be in supervision. So absolutely. And yes, you would be good. Urban Explorer says he has a friend who's a lady plumber. Absolutely. Big Bear Plumbing, welcome back, brother. Dab and Dad, I'm 20, currently working in a plumbing warehouse. I think it's about becoming an actual plumber, or thinking about becoming an actual plumber. I know my fittings and heaters and valves pretty well. Should I pursue? Absolutely. Where are you located? Because first thing I would tell you is you may want to check out like wherever you're at and see, is it possible for you to get hours for what you've already learned? And I'm trying to help one of my apprentices right now get hours. He worked at Home Depot for years. But the cool thing about it, they do a very, very advanced product knowledge training. And I'm trying to help him get hours for that because, man, I mean, think about it. He had the plumbing manufacturer come in and teach them about so many different plumbing products. And I think that's phenomenal. So try to help out everybody I can. Did this last minute after changing what I was going to make this week. You know, look, and Christina, and that's the cool thing. She understands, like, you go with the flow, but she's also very consistent in what she does, when she puts it out, how she does it, how the quality behind it. So that's why I say, guys, there's people in here worth watching, and it's fantastic. Smells. Watch it now. 40 minutes footage to edit. Absolutely. Rocking the purple. Stay home. Amber Mendoza, thank you so much. Good to see you in here. You're going to talk about an amazing person. This is my CCR, my call center rep. God, my manager, she's the one who keeps me in line. So she's really good. Dab and Dad says, I'm not sure if I'm fit enough for the job. Do you see me? I'm almost 60, overweight. Man, if I can do it, anybody can. Sam says, we doing okay, Will? Thank you, sir. Sam says, did you watch the Michael Jordan series on ESPN? What are your thoughts on it? And if not, why not? Sam, man, and this is really a good one because I had a conversation, actually talked about this yesterday, actually talked about it Saturday. I have not watched it. So the reason being is I've been in the middle of a bunch of other stuff. But the cool thing is I was doing security for the Mavericks during that time. So I know a lot of cool stories about the Bulls, about the Mavericks, about all kinds of things going on at the same time. But I'm telling you, man, the really cool thing is that was a neat era in basketball. And I'll tell y'all one of my stories. Being in Dallas, I used to do security. So when I said I did security for the Mavericks, I didn't just do security. I was on the back door of the locker room. So I knew Popeye Jones. I knew Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn, Jim Jackson, Sean Bradley, so many people that played for the Mavericks at that time. The cool thing is when the Bulls were there, I was actually walking around the tunnel one night and, you know, got to meet Dennis Rodman, got to talk to him. I remember walking in one night when Orlando was in town and I come walking in the back, and I mean, I walk by Shaq, and I mean, Shaq is, matter of fact, his head might have gone through the ceiling, but man, just cool people, and it was really neat. But Dennis Rodman is one of the nicest people I've ever met in basketball. Or God, even met. He's just very polite, very friendly. So it was really neat. Scroll back down here because I know, man, it jumped ahead real quick. Yeah, Christina, we can make money you becoming a plumber. Neil, thank you for putting that in there. I appreciate it. Yes, I'll tell you what, Will does work hard. That's a good thing. Christina has great channel. Man, Christina nails it on YouTube. Christina, yeah, I'm going to go back and watch for that video, you cleaning toilets. We all small but respect the advice we offer each other. And without Christina Smallhorn, you'd be lost. I tell you what, and it's really cool because it is. It's a great community. And you know, it's really funny because I was talking to, and I'm trying to remember, I don't know if it was Nick. I think it was Nick. And I'm like, man, how did y'all grow so well? Because, you know, y'all look at what's going on out in Utah. There's so many people that are involved in YouTube. And actually, I got interviewed by one of them this week, so it was kind of cool. But look at how many people are involved in it. And I asked Nick one day, I said, like, how do y'all do so well? And they created a little group. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Nick, Brian G., Roberto, Daniel. That may be it. And they're like, look, we help each other. We watch each other. We support each other. We share things. We do this and that. So a ton of things that they do for each other. And man, it's just cool. And, you know, I remember asking Jeremy Vest one day, I said, look, why don't we build that in Texas? And we tried, but it's so hard because there's not quite as many big YouTubers like that. And think about it, a lot of the big YouTubers don't want to work with, you know, 30,000 channel YouTubers. So, I mean, I get it. But it's cool that so many of us do things together and help each other. So, Neil, Christina, man, y'all right. It's all about helping each other, and that's fantastic. Saltine Cracker says, licensed and was about to start a business until this pandemic. Should I wait or go for it? And I got to tell you, man, that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be your call based on where you're at. So I don't know. It's going to be, you're going to have to see what's happening where you're at because it's different. I mean, I just heard this morning, I think LA just announced another 90 days of lockdown. And it's like, man, or self-quarantine, excuse me. Bill Welsh says, just got off work, just got to tune in. I love it. We do a lot of leak detection and use the Surin Aquaphone. What's your thoughts on it? You know, and Bill, I got to tell you, I've never tried that product. But what we are doing is we're doing a giveaway. And this little puppy right here is the Leaktronics Plumber Kit. And I moved over here because I think y'all can see it. And let me make that go away, and that may help. There you go. This is the Leaktronics Plumber Kit. Go over to Leaktronics, check out the plumbing kit, subscribe to their YouTube channel. But we're going to find a way, and I say find a way, we've got it done. There's a link in here. We're going to give it away to one of our subscribers that, man, wants to learn how to get good at it. Darren's got some videos about how he uses the equipment over on his YouTube channel. So go look up Leaktronics on YouTube. You can learn a lot there. But the fact that we're going to give away a $3,000 kit, I mean, I'm telling you, Bill, it'd be worth getting in it and using it just to learn. Chris says, how should I get prepared after high school going into plumbing? You know, do what you're doing now. Jump in groups like this. Watch the videos and learn. And that's why we started doing this, because it's neat to me. I wish I'd have had something like this. If when I walked into my first plumbing interview, I could have answered some plumbing questions that would have helped me a lot. I didn't know about it. I just walked in, knew I was getting a job as a plumber. and to be prepared for an interview blew my mind. But man, it'll all work. Yes, she's in Utah now. I thought, okay, when I met her then, Christina, she, I guess, had moved to California and was moving to Utah, or had moved to Utah and was moving to California. But yeah, she's an angel. Urban Explorer, Christina, say hello to Will. Look for Christina Smallhorn. You can search her by name. I mean, she's like Elvis. She doesn't need anything else. Does not need anything else. Let me see where I'm at. I'm so close. It's too risky to hire females in today's atmosphere of false harassment allegations. Man, I tell you what, I got to disagree with you. And the reason I say that is, number one, to not hire a female for that is discrimination itself. But number two, what makes you think they're false? Because I've worked with some females and there has never been an uncomfortable moment, thought, anything at all. But the females I've worked with, there's never been any kind of weird, hey, I'm going to say you did this or they did that or anything. So I don't know, man. I don't get it. I think it's crazy not to. How many times have you failed the job? Also, how did they go wrong? I don't know if you're talking like a red tag or something, and I normally don't get them, so it's kind of neat. I like that. Grayson says, let's get this video some more likes. Love it. Thumbs up if you like what we're doing. And look, like I started off this thing, guys. If you don't like what we're doing, that's fine. But tell me. Say, Roger, I wish y'all would make a video about this. Roger, I wish y'all would make a video about this. And that's how we get better. And it was great because I heard Evan Carmichael speak at Video Marketing World. And Evan says, look, I don't mind you telling me I suck. Just tell me why. Tell me what it is I'm doing. Tell me what it is I'm doing wrong. And that's the thing is, look, we all want to get better. And that's what we're trying to do. Everybody that I've told you in here to connect with on YouTube, man, we all want to get better. You ask Christina, you ask Neil, you ask Chris, you ask Will, you ask Grayson. Any one of us, we want to be the best at what we do, and that's why we're in here. Dabin Dad says he's in California, a couple of plumbers giving you $40 a week. I love it. Matt Dunn, hi Roger, would you recommend interviewing with a beard over at UA Local 146? They generally seem more acceptable in the trades, but was curious on your part. Matt, it's going to depend on what company. It's going to depend on what job it is you're applying for. I've got residential service. I've had a lot of people say, hey, look, we don't hire people with facial hair, which I do. I've heard people say we don't hire people with tattoos, but I do. So different ways to look at it. It's really up to you. I've seen people with tattoos get jobs. I've seen people with facial hair, with ponytails, long hair, all kinds of things. So I don't know. Urban Explorer says you're not overweight. You have cuddle grips, man. I got some big grips, brother, but I'm working on it. Paul Nevins, whoa, live chat. Shouldn't you be working? I'm listening in your truck. Paul, you must be on the West Coast because I am in Central Standard Time. It is almost 5 o'clock, and we're having a wonderful Monday. Boss ladies in the house. Hello, Julie Wakefield. Good to see you in here. Absolutely. Miss Wakefield is in the house. Gloria Glenwood, hello. How are you? Great to have you in here. Guys, if y'all are in the trades, if you're a plumber, electrician, roofer, framer, drywall tech, whatever it is, do me a favor. Just leave me a message in here and say, hey, this is where I'm at and this is what trade I'm in. I appreciate that. When you start in construction, the first couple of weeks are tough, but it gets easier. And it is tough. And I got to tell you, and Chris, I appreciate you putting that up. Before I opened my own company, I was a superintendent in the union and had a big job going on out at the airport. And we hired a young man one day, and he came in, and I'm gonna let y'all know if these things go by so fast, I miss some of y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, but I'm jumping back and forth page to page trying to stay up. So if I miss something, put it in again. But I had this young man come to work for me, and he's about 20 years old, and we talked, and I think the guy's going to be okay. And the second day, and I don't remember if it was the middle of summer, and Julie may be able to tell you. I don't remember if it was the middle of summer or if it was the middle of winter, but it was either really freaking hot or really freaking cold. And I mean, like to the max. It was either below 30 or over 100. And after about 3 or 4 hours, and it may have been the first day, it may have been the second day, but this young man comes up to me and he says, "Hey, I'm going to call my mom, get her to come pick me up." I said, "What do you mean? You okay?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "This ain't for me." And, I kind of laugh, but I mean, I get it. Look, it's not for everybody. It's not easy work. But if you're willing to learn how to do it and learn how to not let it take such a toll on your body, man, this can be a great career, and you can make a great living at it. Neil says we have a Discord group. It was all fun and games at first. Now it's full on help and support, and we now all watch each other's vids before they're live. I love it. That is fantastic. That is great. That may be the one, Neil, that Christina, is that the same one that Will's in? Phil says, been working on Roosevelt High School in South Dallas. Other subcontractors are awful, tear out plumbing. Yeah, when they start tearing out stuff, I've got a 4-wheel drive Jeep. I can remove electrical real quick. Yeah, Discord and me don't get along or something about it. If you start plumbing, then watch all Roger's videos over and over again. Yeah, and Neil, that's what we started putting it up for, and we've had this conversation before. This is what we put it up for, to help people. So I get that. Kyle says, does your company do drain cleaning? If so, what equipment do you use and why? Man, we use hydrojetters, we use sewer machines, we use all the above. It's a big deal because we want the right tool for the right job. So you've got to have it all. Chris says, hiring females is essential, 60% understaffed in the trades. Every female I have worked with have been awesome. Amen, brother. Being understaffed, keep wages higher. You know what? Being understaffed, not necessarily. If you're understaffed, now you're paying overtime. So no, not necessarily, because you lose your production. Thomas Mack says, anything wrong with going into sewer and drain work for a summer before going on to full-on plumbing company? I've heard there's two different animals, but the opportunity has become available. I got to tell you, Thomas, I'd be all over it. If I could get in there and learn drain cleaning and do it for a whole summer, man, it is phenomenal. It'd be great. Great way to put it, Neil. Hire the best man or woman for the job. Bill C says, I would like to see plumbers' advice to a CSR and dispatch so they can put the plumbers in the best chance of success. And we do that. Our dispatcher talks to our plumbers all the time. And it's huge because they understand what each other's strengths and weaknesses are. And I'll tell you, I don't know if Amber's still in here or not, but she was in here a while ago, and she's phenomenal at it. And it's called dispatching for profits. You got to know where you're sending your people, and, man, make sure you get the right people in the right place. Leaktronics videos are pretty good. I'll tell you what, their product's amazing. Look, we're good at video. We've invested a lot of money in the cameras, the software, the editors, the every single thing we do is an investment now. But that's why we're getting better. And I'll tell you what, man, love Darren, love his crew. Their equipment is freaking phenomenal. And what he teaches in the videos is so essential for it. So it's huge. Matt Dunn, man, you're welcome for whatever great advice you got from us. It's been a pleasure. Have to get back to work with the boss. Is cracking the whip. You know what, brother? I get it. It happens all the time. Big Bear Plumbing says Montana Plumbing. I love that. Or Montana Plumber. Chris, I will say this, brother, be safe, have fun, and I love what you're doing. Plumber's Helper in Savannah, Georgia for big buckets. I love it. You know, Neil, I tried to get her to go to Vid Summit last year. She didn't make it out there. God, I didn't carry anybody to the Vid Summit with me. She was gonna go, and at the last minute, she's like, "Look," but what she did, she stayed here and ran the company. So, thank God. Uh, Let me see where I'm at. It jumped on me again. Super cool. It was super cold. Completely get that. There you go. Talking about the one while ago. Plumber Works, how we doing today? Jack Warren, 17, starting an intensive course. Any advice to stay grounded for the future? Excited to get started. Jack, and I love this. And what I tell you is same thing we were talking about it earlier. Look, watch some of my videos. I teach people plumbing. And if you'll watch it and learn and listen, man, when people say things in class, it'll make sense. Guys, that's why I teach the things that I do. I'm not giving you everything in the world you need to know about plumbing. I think one day I'll have it all up there. It's just not there yet. But right now, watch what I do. Watch the things I'm talking about. Watch the videos where I talk about how to be the best plumber, how to be the best apprentice, because that's what it's going to take to get you where you want to go. Kent Utness, plumber, Norway, getting late in here. Man, I tell you what, I've had a few plumbers from Norway. That's actually pretty cool. I love it. Got Neil in here, the Urban Explorer from the United Kingdom. So, man, we have got some great people that jump in here. I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, no, he isn't in yours. Okay, I thought he was. And I think William jumped out. He got out of here to head home. But Urban, Neil, I tell you what, he's learning a lot. He's learning more and more, and I mean, he is really good. So he helps me so much. Christopher Wallace says, "Hey, Local 98, building trades journeyman. I appreciate it." Christopher Wallace, I ask that you tell 4,000 of your closest friends about my channel. That way they subscribe, ring the bell, like the videos, and come back for more. Thank you very much. In Detroit, I love it. I used to fly into Detroit because the ITP, the instructor training program, is in Ann Arbor, and I love it. I'm in Local 100 in Dallas, and I used to be an instructor. So I'd go up to Ann Arbor every year for the instructor training program. Greatness. And I love the food. I could go to Ann Arbor just for dinner. It is that good. What's your take on flex shaft? You know what? That's one that I'm wanting to play with. I haven't used flex shaft yet. I've heard nothing but great things about it. There's a lot of things that I'm wanting to get off and try new things. I'm stuck with my old. I've got some rigids. I've got some generals. I've got some small hydrojetters. There's a lot of things that I'm wanting to do and do different. Julie and I have been talking about that, so we're working on it. Thomas Mack says, "Thanks, Roger. Love the videos." Thomas, I tell you what, man, thank you. I love that we get to do this. I love that we get to share information, but I also love it that, people go in, watch it, like it, comment, and man, it's huge. I've been trying to comment or engage a lot more with my comments here lately. It's been crazy at work. I'm still short plumbers, but man, I sure do appreciate it. Chris says, "When you start plumbing, do you need to buy tools in the beginning?" And Chris, that's a great question because, you may need to, but in the beginning, the tools you need, it's not like you need to have a truck full of tools. You're going to start out with, a tape measure, a pair of channel locks, a crescent wrench, a pencil, a notepad, things like that. I would definitely, a lot of the things you can start looking for now, a lot of those things you can go down to a pawn shop. But here's the best thing. When you go to work, especially as a young apprentice, they're going to understand you don't have stuff like that. But when you go apply for the job, just look at them and say, what kind of tools do I need to do this job? And they may have a list they want you to get. There's a lot of different things, but the cool thing about it is they'll let you know what you need to have. And the more you work, the more you're going to learn and the more you're going to want to get. So, man, you'll be good. What are your thoughts about Home Advisor and Craft Jack? And I gotta tell you, I'm not real big on them. All they are is advertising. And think about it. They charge me for them to tell people about me. So that's really all that is. Uh, I don't do it. I don't believe it. I don't do that, and I don't do warranty work because I know that most warranty companies are trying to do their customers wrong. Most warranty companies will pay plumbers more to not do the work than they will to do the work if they can find a valid reason. So I don't want to be any part of stuff like that. I am trying to be one of the very best plumbing companies there is, period. And in order to do that, I don't want to. I don't want home advisors or anybody that's going to control my prices, uh, my reviews, different things like that. Look, we do well the way we do things, and I just don't want to. I just don't want to do that. Sending the minions to the conferences. Yeah, Julie takes care of the world, so it's great. Acosta DC, best ferrule removal tool. Man, I don't know what brand it is, but I'm telling you, I've got one in there on my desk. I've got to think I ordered it from the United Kingdom, and it's chrome. It's a little bitty small one. It just threads in, and then you tighten the nut on the back, and it pulls that puppy right out. I love it. Caleb. Oh, here we go. Wait, man, I just messed up. Okay. Christina sent the link. Fantastic. And look, Will's a lot better in Discord than I am. Discord just, man, I don't know what it is. Christina, I'm still lost in the Daryl Discord group. So, yes. And Will still is in here. So there you go, guys. Caleb says, still waiting on the fences. Still swinging for the fences. Love it. How do plumbing calls change between the summer and winter months in terms of the job scope? Yeah, and man, Caleb, that's a great question because, look, in the summertime when it's dry, there's a lot of slab leak and leak detection. In the winter times, there's a lot of frozen pipes. There's a lot of problems like that. And that's really the normal swing. Drips happen whether it's wet or dry or anything like that. So pretty cool. No problem, Will. There you go. Pay too much for a home advisor. I tell you what, paying too much for leads, guys, that will put you out of business quick. Kyle Tompkins says, I agree in being as honest as possible. That's why you quit your job as vice president of a company and started True Plumbing. Good for you, brother. What common things should I know when you start plumbing? Poop runs downhill. Don't bite your fingernails. Payday's Friday. Man, there's a lot of common things. Just, Chris, like I said, there's a ton of videos here. Watch them. You'll see everything from two-way cleanouts to PVC to soldering to slab repairs. There's a ton of it. And those are the common things you need to know. And that's what, and I can't just tell you all of them because I've made long videos on it to explain it all. But that'll get you covered and it'll at least teach you the basics and help you get started. Anything you need from the UK, let me know. Keep the shipping costs down for you. I agree, brother. Thank you so much. Man, let's see where we're at. Man, I'm not doing bad. Ad Astra per Aspera. I like that. Thank you for the leaking toilet. Man, I love that because that is, and look, and you can ask Will, when we put that video up, we thought, man, nobody's going to like this video. It was a little bit different because we went straight to the point, 90 miles an hour. We did it in front of a black curtain, which we had not done before. I had on a bright orange shirt and my green gloves. And it was really wild because even after Will put it up, he said, look, nobody's going to like this. And I went and watched it. I'm like, you know what, Will? It tells everybody everything about it. But, yeah, I see why. It wasn't a lot of fluff in the beginning. It was just, hey, look, you want to know how to fix a running toilet guaranteed? This is it. And that's turned out to be our best video. So it really is. It's kind of funny the way every now and then, what do they say? Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. So, man, I'm doing good on my comments. So I'll tell y'all what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull this. I don't know if y'all have seen my video yet for my leak detection equipment, but I'm telling y'all, this is one of my favorite things about this kit. And it's this part right here. And this is the deck plate. And what I like about this, and it is really, really cool, because you plug it into the unit, and I've got the LT1000 here, but you plug it in, and as you see, this thing here bounces around. So you plug it into the LT1000, you plug your headphones in, and literally you lay this on the floor and you unmute your transmitter, and I mean, it lets you hear what's under the floor. And to me, inside of a building or working on a swimming pool, this thing is phenomenal. Man, we got some headphones in here. We got the LT1000 in here, which is the magic behind everything. And this is one of my other favorites. This is the soft side deck plate. And literally you put this on a wall, you can hear a mouse fart in the wall. And I would say I know it and I can prove it because I recorded it, but I really didn't record it. But I'm telling you, that is one of that deck plate. This whole kit I love, but that deck plate is my favorite tool when it comes to leak detection, because I don't think that there's anything out there that helps you hear better under a floor or deck or anything like that. And the cool thing is, if you learn how to use this equipment, and I showed them a couple of weeks ago, or I showed them in a video, because I've got a video that I made about giving this away. But here's the cool thing is, you can buy a couple of microphones that you can toss in a swimming pool, and you watch his videos, and you can do leak detection on a swimming pool too. And I tell you what, that's magic, because that, man, it sounds great. It works. It is really, really cool. Scroll back down here now for a minute. So at Astra, you are welcome. Let's do this. Just put that one up there. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go through some more comments here. You bet. Stan says, unless it's pumped by a lift station. So water runs downhill, but you can pump it up and overhead. And if you live anywhere with basements, that happens a lot. Yeah, Neil says, and this is great too. Guys, don't forget, click on this link, go over there, sign up, do the things. And I say sign up. I don't know what all you got to do. I know Will's put, different things in there. And I think we're going to add something each week or change things up a little bit. So it gives you more opportunity to get more points. And look, those of y'all that jump in here and watch these videos, you're going to know it, and it's going to help you. So pretty cool things. Christopher Wallace says, we have little to no residential service running out of your local. What did your local do to get residential service contractors, or did you just push yourself? Yeah, I pushed myself in there. And you're going to get me in trouble because Julie wishes I'd push myself right back out. Christopher, here's the deal. Dallas does not do residential service, and I'm the only residential service provider. So they don't teach service. They don't do residential. They don't help me a lot. And it's not that they don't help me. It's just that they're not set up for it. They can't train service. They don't train residential. They don't do much for me. They can't send me plumbers because they don't train plumbers to do what I need. So it's really, really tough on me. But I like being in the union because of the benefits that my guys get. But still, at the end of the day, I got to ask myself, is it worth it? Alexander Helix says, it jumped on me. Plumbing pre-apprentice working on the same commercial building with your brother, who is a steam fitter pre-apprentice. We're both union. Is there a cheat guide out there for 45, 22 offsets? Absolutely. And number one, it's just numbers like the 45 is 1.414. If I'm not mistaken, the 22.5 is 0.717. And it's funny because I was just looking at in my plumbing course, not the free mini course, but the actual plumbing course, we're actually fixing to shoot basic plumbing for math or basic math for plumbing. And those are some that are in there. So, I teach people about formulas and offsets and this and that. So there's a lot of cool stuff in it, and it's a really cheap course. All right. Alexander. So at Astra, I have little to basic skills. I watched it several times, read what the parts were, and bam, it worked. I love that. Blind squirrel. See, that's what it takes. What do I think about the radon reduction system? And Nikki, I got to tell you, don't know anything about it, haven't installed it, haven't used it. Tell me more about it. Tell me this. What do you think about it? Or do you know anything about it? And I'm just asking because I will have to check into it. Jack Dennis says, order the UPC study guide as a plumber's apprentice. Really enjoy your videos. And guys, look, I tell people, and I've got people in here that are asking what to learn. And it's a great one. I'll put it up here, see if it'll autofocus. And it is. I love it. I'll see if it comes back to me. I love that. Okay, so that's the 2018 Uniform Plumbing Code Study Guide. And what I like about it is, number one, I've got videos where I teach people how I use it, because I go to the back, I look at the answers, I highlight nothing but the correct answers, and I read it like a book, probably 4 or 5 or 6 times. And after I'm done with that, then I'll go through and test myself, and I'll show you how to do this in the video, but I go through and test myself. Anything I don't know 100% for sure, I highlight in pink. And then for the next 2 weeks before the test, or before whatever. But now, and here's why I said it that way. I used to tell people, look, if you're getting ready to take a test, buy this book and learn to use it. But now it's like, look, if you're in the trades and you buy this book and you learn to use it, it's going to help you learn plumbing so much faster. And the faster you learn it, the more value you bring to your company, the more money you make. Did you hear me? The more money you make. That's the biggest part. So, hold it up for you one more time. This is a great book. I've got a link to it in one of my videos where I talk about how to study for plumbing, how to become a great plumber. Man, that helps you out a lot. There you go. Don't forget to take part. Guys, look, this link is going to teach you the things that you need to know to win a $3,000 plumbing tool. And I got to tell you, I love this thing. Don't know if y'all have heard me say it or not, but that's one that I love. And look, they're not sponsoring me, but I'm telling you, Darren gave me this and said, look, you can give this away because he's heard me talk about leak detection equipment. So I don't know if that's considered a sponsorship or not, Christina or Neil, but man, he gave it to me and said, look, give it away, do what you want. But this guy's phenomenal. His training is phenomenal. And that is the first place that I went to out of town to learn leak detection, and flew out to Calabasas, spent 3 days out there. And I'm telling you, I'm so glad I did, because he didn't just teach me about plumbing. He taught me about swimming pools too. And teaching me about that, crazy. At Astra, don't you buy this just to listen to the mouse farts. Don't get me wrong. It'd be worth it because it'd be funny, but no. Fix It Scotty says, small tip. Offer a free service to your local Facebook community groups. Do this as charity. 1 job a month. Facebook post gets there you go, man. It gets shared. That's fantastic. I love it. Kevin Drake Fitness. How are we doing tonight? Do you know what construction work is like in Tennessee? Moved there in 3 months. You know what, Kevin? I don't, but I will tell you this. Tell me this. What part of Tennessee? Because I know plumbers across Tennessee and plumbing companies across Tennessee, so there's always options, but some pretty cool stuff, man, wherever you're at. And look, the world's getting built. I mean, I don't know if you want to do new construction or service or what, but man, there's some great Yeah, you'll find something. I don't think you'll have any problem at all with that. Joyce says, thanks for the reminder. Absolutely. Ad astra per aspera means through hardships to the stars. I love that. I like that. That's pretty cool. Acasta DC, how do you know if the plumber you hire is an idiot? Really, that's an easy one. I think I clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, but that's okay. I can fix that just like that. It's easy. They will show you. Julie, am I right? They will show you. Just a simple answer for a simple question. So it's pretty funny. So Stan, when you say you watched all the videos, does that mean you went over to Leaktronics and watched all Darren's videos? Because I'm telling you, his YouTube channel has got some great videos, and he teaches you how to use this equipment. He teaches you a lot of things. I'm telling you, his training course is even better. And I don't even know how much the training course is. But I'm telling you, I went to Calabasas, and God, Julie might be able to help me. It's probably been 4 or 5 years ago. Phenomenal. But to be out there, and he's got a pool that he can make leak in multiple places. His man, I love his training. He's good at what he does, and it helps a lot. Kyle Thompson says, do you repair drains or just replace them? Recently, I was working on a historic landmark home that still had lead drains. Man, that's a good one. Did they let you replace them? Because in Dallas, I've got an old hag that gave me a bad review. She worked in had a house in a historic part of town, what do they call it? Historical district. I had to go down to the city and City Hall, the city to pull permits, and City Hall to the historic district, back and forth almost all day long. Didn't charge her but a little bit more, gave her a price quote up front, and then she calls me the night I sent her the invoice. She said, hey, I got your company pulled up here, and I'm going to give you a bad review if you don't lower my price. And I said, lady, make sure you spell my name right, because I tell you what, ain't nobody going to bend me over like that. Can you hear a rat pee on cotton with that leak detection kit? You know what, Deontay, I'd almost be willing to bet you can. I would ask that question to Derek over at Leaktronics. Y'all go on YouTube. I don't know if Darren does comments though. Kevin Drake Fitness is booming. There you go, Caleb. Thank you, brother. You can hear sap moving in trees. I love that. Urban Explorer. Your husband's such a great, amazing, wonderful, beautiful, handsome, sweet, nice, lovable, charming person. Meeting him was better than seeing any speaker at Vid Summit. Man, Neil, I appreciate that, brother. I had to delete some of those words out before I could post the whole thing, but Neil, love you, brother. You're a good man. Jack Dennis, how many hours is your plumbing course? Jack, here's the cool thing is right now. Cancel. Cancel. Man, where'd it go? Man, these things are flying 90 miles an hour. There we go. Jack, here's the deal. We started putting up a few videos in the very beginning. So there's 4 or 5 or 6 up there. This whole first course is like 30 videos. And I'm pretty close. It's 25 to 30. We just put another one up today. We're starting to put up one a week. Julie and Will have really been on me. The plumbing company has been super swamped and crazy, but it's good. I see I love that. D. Nimmin is in the house. Guys, look, I talked about people that, you want to follow on here and things like that. This is, we bow to the greatness of D. Nimmin. Good to have you in here, brother. The crazy thing is, you can do whatever you want to. But when I go back and look at it, my thought is we're trying to do these videos right. And we didn't just want to throw stuff up. So we had made the first few, and then we jumped in and said, look, we want to change the way we do it. And we worked on reformatting. We got busy with the plumbing company, so I've been swamped. But there's going to be about 25 or 30 videos up there. Each one of them is probably no longer than 15 minutes. Now, the one we did today covers basic plumbing tools, so it may have gone a little longer. But I tell you what, it is really pretty cool and a ton of fun. So, Christina says, hello, Miss Wakefield. I love that. That's pretty cool. Is what you have to do with the electronic course travel out of town. You know what, Stan? And that's a good one because I got to tell you, I've been to New Mexico. I've been to Oklahoma. I've been to Louisiana. I've been to South Texas. And look, God, somewhere else. Oh, Oklahoma. God. There's a lot to do. And if you get in with the right people, they will send you across the country to do leak detection. Not too bad. Nikki B says, here in Minnesota, all new residential construction has to have it. We have to run 20 feet of corrugated 3-inch under the slab or foundation, run PVC 3-inch up and out of the roof. You know, here's the deal. Look, it's different everywhere. And that's why it's good to know what code are they building by, but also look at what city you're going to move to and find out what addendums they've added. And go to the city, look what code they build by, look at their addendums, because they may do something different that's not in that code. But if you'll look at the addendums, you'll know. That way you don't get out, put something in and get red tagged and have a problem later. Chris Kamer says, just started as an apprentice with your local union, graduated college and had the opportunity to continue for a master's degree, but chose learning the trade. And I got to tell you, I love that because I get so many people that reach out to me all the time, say, look, I'm in college. I don't like it. I should have gone to trade school. I want to be a plumber. Your videos are changing my life. Man, do what's going to make you happy. And that's going to be a big, big deal. Neil says, don't think it's a problem. They say give it away, which is what you're doing, and open to anyone to win. Absolutely. Chris says, hoping to open your own business one day. To love your videos. Man, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. I've learned from some good people. D, Christina, D's brother Nick, his other brother Dan. And I tell you what, it's pretty cool. I've only been doing this 2 years, guys. Remember that. Anybody can do this if you've got the heart and the back for it. Stan says, I've been doing leak detection for years, learned a lot. They were really good. I want to do the course. I tell you, Stan, his videos are phenomenal and have really helped me a lot. And I think it's great. D, great seeing you in here, brother. Julie says, hello. See, everybody loves D. That's a great thing. Kyle Tompkins says, I repaired a lead drain. Okay. So just curious. Kyle, here's the deal. Here in Dallas, number one, to work in a historic district, they want to know what you're doing, why you're doing it. Will anybody ever see it? Can it be seen that we're changing it from the old ways to the new? Because they don't want it. So it's pretty wild. Rat pee on cotton. I got to tell you, Neil, I'd never heard it, so that was a pretty good one to me. You know what? And D, I love that. Ain't nobody going to bend me over like that. And it was crazy, but that was the first thing came to my mind. It's just like, lady, look, spell my name right. What did I do? Well, I don't know, but it sure did move slow there. Oh, that's what I did. Neil says, we'll know more about a giveaway. Absolutely. And that's true. So D, if you're still in here, I'm giving away a leak detection kit. I learned some stuff from Kristen Hills, and we're doing it through Gleam.io. Man, I think we're straight up legit. We're not doing anything bad. And somebody even asked me earlier, hey, is this legit? Yes, sir, it is. 100%. So we're trying to do everything we can. Julie says, glad you did your own editing on that comment. See? That's pretty cool, huh? Hello, Mr. Nemon. I like that. See, and man, you got to be careful when you say that because there's like 3 Mr. Nemons. That's a tough one. I love it, though. Christina, good. I love having y'all in here. Uh, yeah, Dan is the best of us. Isn't that sad? I tell you, that I was there that day, so that was great. Man, this is a good one. Hold on, let me jump down to the other one here first. Joe says, can you settle a constant argument between me and my wife? Does the last strip of toilet paper go, oh, I won this one. Does the last strip of toilet paper go over or under when put in the holder? I say over, but she says under because of the kids. Joe, I'm gonna defer to Julie on this because I'm always right and I had to prove it to her that Julie actually bought me the blueprint, and I mean document blueprint for a toilet tissue holder. And as it is drawn per the patent office, it goes over. It's a big deal in my family, just gonna let you know. Chris says, when are you gonna retire? If I keep talking about having to prove things to Julie like that, I may just die. So retirement may not be an option for me. To be honest, Chris, and that's really a good question because my thought is I'm 56, I'm almost 57. I'm thinking maybe 8 more years, 13 more years, somewhere around in there. But it won't be a lot of doing what I'm doing. Hopefully I get to do more YouTube, some videos, some different things, some stuff like that. But man, I'm having fun at what I do. So, and it keeps me going. And yes, that's exactly what I told her. And I didn't say lady, and that's what Julie was saying about the editing. I don't remember exactly which word that started with a B that I used, but I did say, make sure you spell my name right. So anyway, Mike Seymour, I love this one too. What's your feeling on cross-training plumbers to service techs? And here's why this is a big deal to me. I'm also a certified technician, HVAC tech here in Texas. I've never done an AC call, but I got my certification. I went through the training, and literally my plan was to get my TACLA certification, and that way I could do and start advertising and all that. It's just, man, I'm so daggum busy, not a chance, but I wish I could. Carolyn says, love your channel. I worked for 3 plumbers, and I was always promised to be sponsored to go to school. I worked for the company a couple of years and did not get a raise, but more importantly, sponsored to go to school. And Carolyn, I'd ask, look, where are you located? And the reason being is, I don't know why you would have to be sponsored to go to school unless it's like a PHCC thing where they're going to pay for it. Wherever you're at, like the union is always accepting females for sure. They're always accepting people, and I say that normally it's between now and July or August, but might be an opportunity. Carolyn says school, so I want to start my own plumbing business. Okay, so yeah, again, tell me where you're located because I'm curious about that as to what kind of school you've got to go to start your business. Here in Texas, once you have your master's, you can go take a 3-day course, an RMP course, and it helps you. Well, it teaches you about taxes. It teaches you about a lot of different things, but it's really pretty cool. So I don't know what that is. There we go. Trying to look good for you guys, especially since Dee's in here. Jack Dennis says, thanks for doing the videos right. Quality over quantity. And Jack, man, I got to tell you, some of my people that I watch are right in here. Neil, Dee, Christina, they're phenomenal at what they do. And guys, look, I tell y'all all the time, if you want to subscribe to anybody, these people, their channels are amazing. You're going to watch their videos. You're going to learn good things. That's what I did. And it's funny. And Dee, I'm assuming you're still in Mexico. Dee and his brother used to do a live video almost every single Saturday. Dee used to come back every Sunday morning. And when these guys go live, they go live like 4 hours. And it's amazing because, and you can ask Julie, she's in here. We literally get up every Saturday, Sunday morning, eat breakfast, maybe drink mimosas, and watch YouTube. And it's watching Nick and Dee. And guys, I've learned so much free information about YouTube from watching these guys. So, Jack, I appreciate that because you're right. It is quality. It is quality every day. And one thing that I say all the time is 1% better in every video and try to get 1% better. We've upgraded the vMix. I'm trying to improve everything we do every single day. And thanks to Julie, Grayson, Will, Christina, Neil, people that help, Nick and Dee, we're able to do that. So that's fantastic. I love that. Says your Instagram shows you will be on KCTU TV in Wichita, Kansas. It was taped and it may already be on. It may already be on. I've got to go back and look. They sent me a release schedule or release date. So yeah, I was on, I think we did that a week and a half ago. I did 17 TV and radio shows in one morning. Some were live, some were taped. Some they just had me do a 1 minute clip for them so they could go back and sell that to other stations. But man, it was pretty cool. They call it a satellite media tour. And it was for Cottonelle flushable wipes. And this is really funny because, part of the deal when they asked me when we were first talking, they said, hey, we want you to do a satellite tour. We're with Cottonelle, yada, yada, yada. And I was all excited because I kid you not, you can ask Julie again. That's my toilet paper. And that's like a deal breaker around the house. Baby, you bring home the wrong paper, we got problems. But my other thing is I've told people forever, do not flush wipes just because it says flushable. But I did a test and I took baby wipes and these and put them in 2 cups of water. The next morning, the baby wipe literally, and I found out why, they've got plastic fibers in them to hold everything together. Cottonelle flushable wipes don't. They've got a 100% biodegradable paper fiber. And I mean, it was like pulling wet toilet tissue apart. Amazing. Don't leave the seat up. I love it. Ann turned there in college, nice local station, all over the air broadcast. And Christina, I would have figured you to be much, much younger, not the same age as me. Look on Dee's face was like, it's all the time. Absolutely. Dragon Scott, hi, your vids helped me fix my toilet where my landlord couldn't figure it out. And man, I love that. Guys, that's what I make videos for, is to teach people how to fix their own plumbing. That's how it started. Now I've got plumbers watching me and want to learn more about plumbing and yada, yada, yada. No, Neil, I'm 29, so I know she's 29. So I'm just saying. He looks so young and handsome. See, I love that. Yes, no, y'all should see my cat-like reflexes, and if you don't think I have them, you just ask Julie. 31 in my mind. Yeah, one day. Carolyn Jackson says the company was Aquafo and Carroll Stream. Never heard of it. Illinois. And Fort Plumbing in Illinois. Now in Minnesota. Union is horrible. You just became Julie's best friend. The union's not always great. It's not perfect, but nothing is. I think my thing as an employee, I love the union because I think they have great benefits for the employees. I think for an employer, man, it sucks. That's just me being honest. Man, I wish I was down in Mexico. That's all I got to say. DM Lux Z. I'm in Florida, just started your apprenticeship last week. Any tips on becoming a better apprentice and learning the most? So when you say you started your apprenticeship, are you actually in the union doing an apprentice training program? Because I've met some of the business agents and managers in Florida, and they're phenomenal. DM Lexi says, my name's Nick. Okay. Well, if you hear us say Nick, you're probably not the one we're referring to, but man, it's a good name to have. Let me introduce you to your brother, D. Deontay Richardson says, once I get into the union, I want to make a YouTube channel talking about plumbing and just talk about the experience and the journey. I see the fun you have making plumbing videos. Keep it up. That's what it's all about. Just let people know what you do in life that you have fun with. And then you take advice from Brother D here. When you make that first video, just focus on getting 1% better. And guys, that's what it's about. Constant improvement, just trying. You don't have to go from 0 to 100% better overnight, but if you keep improving everything you do, 1%, it's going to be phenomenal, and your channel will grow. I love it. All right, people, I am fixing to get ready to get off here, so I just want to scroll through and try and catch up. Yeah, Nick and D, Lemon and Mimosas make a great Saturday. And I tell you what, and D, I got to tell you, I miss you every Saturday morning. I love what Nick's doing, don't get me wrong, but man, you're a great part of that show, and you are missed. Man, that's sad. Yeah, lockdown. Yeah, only they get locked down. What's the name of the flushable wipe? It's actually Cottonelle. And what's funny about it, D, I kid you not, when Robin called and said, hey, would you be interested in doing a satellite media tour? I'm like, yeah, sure. You know, who's it for? Yada, yada, yada. And she's like, oh, it's for Cottonelle. I'm like, oh my God, that's my toilet paper. So pretty funny. Cottonelle, social media at Cottonelle, and their website is at cottonelle.com. Your videos has helped me take the step to get into plumbing. I love that. There you go, baby. Don't bring home the wrong toilet paper. Liverpool over Mexico. I tell you what, now Neil, are y'all still locked in? I know that LA just announced they're locking down for 90 more days. Crazy. And Asher, this is another good one. I've had a YouTube channel for just a little over 2 years. And I say just over. I literally started making videos for my plumbing for YouTube April 2 years ago, April of 2018, the first week of April. So 2 years and one month. Other than that, I had a few videos on here, but it was just a place to store them. So this has been pretty cool for me. Yeah. Wouldn't listen to the stream last night, swimming with dolphins. Carolyn, customer's house, they had polybutylene pipe, kept leaking. What do you think of it? Copper and Viega Press. Yeah, PB, Carolyn, we don't even mess with. We tell them we're not going to do it. I tell them it's time to replace it because we can fix this leak, and next week there can be another one 6 inches away, and we can't control that. So I don't do it. Says it's not union, okay. Stands out of here, brother. I get it. You're man, straight up, brother. You make it amazing. Not like I said, not that Nick doesn't. He's doing good, but y'all work so well together, and that's huge. Sam says cashews or almonds. Man, I am snacking on a cough drop, and I do that because just after I talk so long, my throat starts getting really, really dry. It doesn't matter how much water I drink, what it is. It does what it is. Neil says he's got 2 future months to go. Man, Dallas is starting to free up, and I tell you what, I don't know that I like it because I think it's too soon. They have not got down to where the numbers have tapered for the last 2 weeks like they said. They just decided to open it, and I think it's crazy. Dragon Scott says, best way to seal around pipes going into walls from bathroom, both wall sink and toilet. Dragon Scott, I mean, are you talking like a firecock? Hilti makes a FS1 that's phenomenal. If not, maybe just a white dab. It depends on how tight you cut your hole. But man, keep it going. Keep it going. Find something that'll work because it'll help. At Astra says I'm entered in 7 of 9 ways. I don't have a Facebook, or I'd have 9 of 9. You know, you can start a Facebook. We'll let you. It's okay. Open it up slowly. Kyle Tompkins, there you go. Great question. When is the giveaway? we're going to do the giveaway. I think it's going to be right about the time we hit 40,000 subscribers. I think it's the first Monday in May or June. Since we're already in May, we may wait till June. It'll be the first live that we do in June. I believe that's when it is. We're trying to wait till we do 40,000 subs. So tell a few thousand of your closest friends to subscribe and learn about plumbing, man. Here's the deal, guys. If you've subscribed, ring the bell so you see when the videos come out. We're trying to put out great information, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. And here's what's funny about this, D, is I remember watching you and your brother one day, and you made a comment and said, hey, how many of y'all have bought N95 masks? And I think you went out and bought about 800 masks one day, if I'm not mistaken. And I told Julie about that. Wow, that's wild. Man, luckily it's not over here yet. About 2 or 3 weeks later, Winnie's son, a great financial advisor from LA, she's actually in Irvine, sent a message one day, a direct message to me, texted me. Says, hey, look, I don't know if you bought masks yet, but you can buy the washable, disposable, reusable, yada, yada, yada. And I was sitting in my chair. Actually, I was in here on a Saturday watching y'all. And I opened up another screen, went over, and I bought 40 masks. And I'm glad that I did. Because after that, the price quadrupled. So, brother, I appreciate you sharing the love. Watch the slaughter from the living room. There you go. Don't forget, Neil, I appreciate that, brother. We are going to be giving that away in just a couple of weeks. So it's coming up, guys. It's a lot of subscribers. I'll tell you what, 40,000 subscribers for a little bitty plumbing channel like me and a guy that's literally still learning, guys. I'm new to this, and I tell people all the time, look, I'm just a plumber. I didn't know anything about marketing, didn't know anything about advertising. I've just been a plumber my whole life. And so to jump in here and do this has been pretty cool. It's been kind of crazy, but it's definitely been fun. Yeah. It's been fun, though. I love what I'm doing. I love the community. And this is what's neat, because we're building a community here like the YouTube people have. And think about it. But before I started doing YouTube, any other plumber I knew, it was always a cutthroat deal. I could go to another plumber and say, man, look, my sewer camera's broke. Can I borrow yours? And they say, look, just tell me where the job is. We'll go do it. I had camera problems one day, and Jeremy Vest says, look, do you need to borrow one of my cameras? And that's just unheard of in the plumbing industry. The YouTube community is amazing. The people are fantastic, and everybody wants to help everybody. And that's what I love about, Neil, D, Christina, Paul Peck's normally in here. Chris from Construction Cronies was in here. There's some amazing people in here. And the things that they're doing, the things that they do to help each other is phenomenal. Nick and D give away the world. And if you want to learn how to do YouTube, great people to follow. So anyway, you should be 1 mil with the value you give away. You know what, brother? Man, I hope we get there one day. For a cold, mask, allergies, mask pollution levels getting high. Masks work. I'm telling you, it is. But the good thing is that the pollution level's getting low in LA now. The fog over the city has gone away. Chris says, I'm trying to join my local union. Can't get a hold of anyone by phone. Thought about driving down 3 hours to get more info with the COVID situation. Should I wait another month? Chris, I'd tell you, go to the video that I've got that talks about, finding which local is yours. Because I think if you'll click on that and then click on the local that's yours, there may be email contact information for the people there. I'd be willing to bet they're still emailing. They may not be going to the office, but I'd be willing to bet the email's still working, so I'd try. After listening to you when you were on our live stream, it opened my eyes to things. I tell you what, D and Nick and the people they surround themselves with have done phenomenal. And guys, it helps us all. So Ad Astra says, I have to go. I hope everyone has a good, safe day, and I'm actually going to do the same. Nick, Neil, or Nick, D, Neil, Christina, Chris, I know you jumped out and you had to go. Grayson, William, I appreciate it. Julie Wakefield, my boss, thank you for allowing me the time to come in here and do the things that you let me do. I love it, and it's great. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the Expert Plumber. I'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.